And thank you for joining us here at Lamar's Gehlen Catholic High School tonight for a conference set between South O'Brien Wolverines here on the road facing the Lamar's Gehlen Catholic Jays. South O'Brien comes into tonight's record at 6-6. Looks like they played a fairly tough schedule so far, a non-conference schedule with some bigger 2A and 3A schools so far this year. And then Lamar's Gehlen comes in with a record of 13-5. I'm Kyle Jorgensen, and I'm joined here by Simon Fuller. And
that's an exciting night, right?
It is.
It's one of those deals, Kyle, where we're excited to be here for a couple reasons. Number one, it's always fun to watch conference play like this, and you know there's going to be that spirit in the air. You hear it in the stands just during warm-up. And then secondly, this is sort of a debut for you and I. We've been at volleyball games, we've watched them, but it's never something where we have actually done some play-by-play coverage. So excited to expand Fuller Digital Solutions, both our video digital coverage of these broadcasts and also hone our skills and watch what I think will shape up to be a great matchup tonight between two rivals.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like it should be a fun contest tonight, and definitely excited here, like you said, to broadcast it's the very first one, right? First volleyball game that we're going to broadcast, and we sure appreciate Lamar's Gehlen for letting us come in here and broadcast this game tonight.
What a fantastic host school. Mr. Kneisel, he got us set up in the Crow's Nest, got us a hard internet designated line. What else do you need, guys? What else do you need? Just fantastic. I know they're excited about what we're doing, and we're excited for what we're doing, of course. And we couldn't do it without our fine sponsors, Kyle. We'll take a peek at them momentarily, but I'll buzz through Sutherland Implement along with Sweeney's. I know they're excited to be a part of the broadcast. Prairie Market and Savings Bank of Primgar, Gennade Auto Sales, as well as Polina Hardware, the community agency, along with Iowa State Bank, Farm Bureau Financial Services in Primgar, and Mercy One in Primgar as well, our fantastic sponsors who make this possible. And you watching, you make it possible, and you give us a reason to be here. So we'll step aside and take a quick time out and hear from some of our fine sponsors, and we'll be back to starting lineups in just a couple minutes, Kyle.
Sounds good. Thanks, Simon.
Sweeney's Farm and Home Center and the Paulina Building Center are proud to support the South O'Brien Wolverines. They know it takes teamwork to accomplish goals on the playing field as well as in business. They're glad to be a part of the community team by helping make dreams come true. When you need building supplies and hardware, talk with the folks at Sweeney's Farm and Home Center and the Paulina Building Center. And good luck, South O'Brien Wolverines, in accomplishing your goals.
The Prairie Market in Polina. Wow, more than you might expect in a smaller community grocery store.
Every aisle is going to have things in it that you're surprised at that you can find at a small grocery store. We have a large produce department, and we work really hard at keeping our produce fresh. We're really proud of our meat department. Don and Ben do a great job. If you want something special, they will do that for you.
And to see all of their wonderful weekly specials, visit PaulinaPrairieMarket.com.
The professional lenders at the Savings Bank of Primgar, Hartley, and Lake Park are ready to tackle all of your loan needs, whether it be commercial, personal, or agricultural. So often we are concerned with rates, and yes, their rates are competitive, but more importantly is their service. You can feel comfortable sitting down, talking with one of their loan officers, and feeling confident that you are getting exactly what you wanted and more. The Savings Bank of Primgar, Hartley, and Lake Park, your bankers and your friends. Proud supporters of their communities. Member FDIC.
And welcome back to Lamar's Gehlen Catholic High School here. And once again, you're listening to Fuller Digital Solutions broadcast via the YouTube channel. So we tried to get you the best angle we could here from up in the corner of the gym. I think we got most of the floor on there, Simon. It looks like it's going to be a a great angle for viewers to look at tonight and enjoy the volleyball match here.
Absolutely. We love the crow's nest, the eagle eye view, and we're just excited for this matchup. We're just about set to get underway. We'll step aside here in a moment. It looks like they're getting ready, Kyle, to do the national anthem.
You bet.
We'll step aside and be back with play in 60 seconds.
Deals at Gehlen Auto Sales in Polina, including a very nice blue 2010 Chevy Silverado LT 1500 4x4 with many extras and only 110,000 miles. Also a silver 2014 Chevy Equinox LTZ with only 64,500 miles, and it's loaded. Leather, heated seats, nav, rear camera, sunroof, and all-wheel drive, specially priced $16,395. Check out these vehicles at GehlenAutoSales.com, and remember, if you want it and they don't have it, they will find it at Gehlen Auto Sales in Polina.
Everything you expect from your local Paulina hardware store, but now offering more. Shopping online is convenient because you can do it on your time and the inventory is seemingly endless. Welcome to TrueValue.com. Simply pick your store and your items will ship free right to our door at Paulina Hardware. Plus, we handle the returns, assembly, and simply stated, there's a local person who will take care of you. We love to see you in our store and love that we can bring you the convenience of shopping 24/7 at Paulina Hardware. Online at TrueValue.com.
And you just heard a really nice job there by a student here from Lamar's Gehlen Catholic with the national anthem. And we'll go ahead and run through the starting lineups here real quick before we get started. Starting for South O'Brien, senior Taryn Hintz, outside hitter. Sky Rader, also a senior, starting at setter. Anna Fredrickson, middle hitter. She's also a senior. So we've got a senior-laden team here. Sydney Strew, outside hitter. Brianna Botten, sophomore. And then we have a defensive specialist for the right side. That'd be Sarah DeBoer. She's also a senior. Avery Homecount, middle hitter, senior. And then Willa Sikika, number 19, is the libero for South O'Brien. And then for Lamar's Gehlen Catholic, we have left side hitters Kate Hill and Alyssa Colbeck. Middle hitters Rachel Langle and Maya Whitehead. Right side hitters Sydney Livermore and Allison Rudin. Setters Sydney so it looks like they play a 6-2, so these guys will move around, Simon, as we go through the night. But setters Sydney Livermore and Josie Colback, libero Chloe Bunkers, and defensive specialist Abby Ruin. It looks like we're ready to get started here.
And here we go. Kick off with our first go-around, Kyle, and I believe the first volleyball matchup of the season for Fuller Digital Solutions for the Wolverines as well as the Jays. So
exciting to be covering a couple of good teams here, too, for our first matchup, Simon.
Yeah,
so
you know, in records, you look at, obviously, the Jays have a pretty impressive record, especially based on the competition they play, but when you get into conference play, it's always competitive.
Sierra DeBoer with the first serve here, so South O'Brien must have won the coin toss. Looked like that would be close to going out, but just saved it in bounds there. First point to South O'Brien. Nice little volley back and forth there. I think we went over that a few times there on the first go around, so I'm kind of looking that's what it's going to be out all night here.
Yeah, and some jitters that you can tell in that first play. Looking to get things slowed down, set up right, get the offense going.
2 points in a row for South O'Brien. Nice start for the Wolverines. We got Sierra DeBoer back there serving off first for the Wolverines tonight. Nice kill over there on Jay's side by Rachel Langle there, the junior.
And that time doing a better job on the kill. You're looking at the first couple series, and really what it boiled down to is some jitters. You want to be able to dig that ball, get the offense set up.
Just like we had there, just a little too far with the bump, and nice kill by Sydney Livermore over there.
Yeah, she put
the
that
Gehlen Jays
right in the corner.
Right in the corner. Perfect placement. Hard to defend that one.
Yeah, there's no defensive play on that.
Got Josie Cole back here serving for the Jays. Could have set it up to Sydney Strew a little deep on the set there, so she wasn't able to get the go for the kill. Got Rachel Lang over there for the Jays. Looks to be a big hitter for him. As you can see, you got the score there for you on the screen, so you can follow along there, and I'll try to keep up mentioning that too as we go on through the night. Nice dig there by the libero from South O'Brien.
And now an opportunity for the Wolverines.
There we go.
To capitalize.
Just as you said that.
A little bit of a miscue on the Jays. Couldn't get things set up. Just had to kind of bump the ball over. Gave the Wolverines an opportunity for a free offensive play there, and they capitalized to tie it up at 3 apiece.
Sydney Struve back here to serve.
That had some snap on it. Right
it did.
There.
Nice dig by Sikaka there, the libero. Nice block by the Wolverines. Looks like we had Sky Rader there on the block. And Anna Fredrickson, you're right.
Yeah, good defense that time.
Got her set up nice here. Here we go.
And did you see that? It was tipped off the spike, and it just created some wicked spin, and trying to dig at that time was the libero for the Gehlen Jays, Chloe Bunkers, but just couldn't quite get it up.
Taryn Hintz is a good athlete there with the kill for South O'Brien. Another nice block by Rader and Fredrickson. Hintz, if I recall, Simon, was the home run hitter for the Wolverines this year for softball. So looks like we got a quick timeout. If you want to take a quick break, Simon, we'll be right back.
We'll take one with them. Thanks, Kyle.
At TCA, they are working hard every day to make sure each home and business in O'Brien County can connect with today's world. Whether you are in town or in the country, they have a variety of internet solutions for you. Now, with increased speeds, they also offer managed Wi-Fi to ensure your network signal is strong and secure. Call 930-5593. Stop in or visit their website, tcaexpress.com.
Communities working together for a better tomorrow at TCA.
At Iowa State Bank, we know that our ag community is an important part of Northwest Iowa. That's why we work harder to keep business owners and farmers up and running. For over 75 years, Iowa State Bank has helped farmers upgrade equipment, expand local business operations, and sometimes offer a helping hand. As we look forward to the future, we'll continue to be by your side, available when you need us.
Iowa State Bank, we're ready for you.
And we're back here. We got back just a little bit late here, but Struve is still serving for South O'Brien and got another point South O'Brien's way here. So
yeah, nice little 4-0 run for South O'Brien to give themselves a 4-point lead in this first set.
Kind of like any sport, volleyball, just like any other sports, a game of momentum, and get that momentum going on your side. Another nice kill there.
And that was well placed right inside the out of bounds. And boy, the Wolverines coming out hot early.
Yeah, Taryn Hintz placed that one well there. We'll see if Sydney can keep it rolling here for South O'Brien.
And it is a fast-paced tempo. You watch them, and they don't mess around. They seize that momentum, and they're right back after it.
Going back to Hintz. Had to set just a little off kilter there, and couldn't quite get her balance back on that one. So nice run by South O'Brien. I think we had 5 points reeled off in a row there.
Yeah.
Got Kate Hill serving for Gehlen Jays there. Gonna set it back up to Hintz. Nice dig by the libero there for Gehlen Catholic. Oop. A little bit of miscue on the bump there, so gonna give the point to Lamar's Gehlen.
And it is a game of touch, Kyle. I know I'm no expert, but I've played some volleyball in my life, and it is a game of touch. You hit that ball just in the wrong spot. And
nice job by Hintz on that last kill attempt. It was a little off again, and
Fredrickson's been tough on the net tonight.
He has. South O'Brien's got a couple of horses down there, don't they? They're gonna hit that ball hard.
I mean, she's got some power. She had two gals defending, and she spiked it right through them.
It's like Anna Fredrickson back to serve here for the Wolverines. Now serving to the net, so they're gonna give a point to Lamar's Gehlen. Those points are killers.
Yeah, they're tough when you give them the freebie, so to speak.
Gonna make them earn it. That's a libero, Sydney Livermore. Ooh. Nice serve there. That ball just died.
It
came
did.
over the
It
net.
had that
just
knuckle effect, didn't it?
a little bit of a knuckleball.
What'd you call those, a floater?
A floater. That's a technical term. I'm impressed you remembered that. Well, that's about third or fourth block South O'Brien's had tonight already. They're doing a nice job getting up there and blocking those kill attempts. It's like I got a sub here coming in. Got Sarah DeBoer coming back in for South O'Brien.
And between Avery Honkamp and Taryn Hintz up on the front, I mean, you've got a couple tall gals that you're going to have a tough time getting it through them.
Sky Raider with the serve there. Going back to Taryn Hintz. Ooh. Got her in. That was
right on the line.
It had to be right there.
But it was right in front of the judge there, and he said in. Quick to call that.
Sky Raider back there serving again. Tell you what, when they get a nice set for Taryn Hintz, she knows where to place that ball. Another kill for Hintz.
And just power. When she strokes that volleyball, I mean, it snaps. She has a snap of the wrist, and I'd like to time that. Nobody block it. Just time how fast that ball goes when she snaps her wrist, because it's got some power.
I know one thing. I'm glad we're sitting up here and not trying to defend that.
So they did say it was last touched by a Wolverine.
Yep.
Kill Gehlen that time.
Yep. The ball went out of bounds. Got Sydney Livermore back to serve there for Gehlen Catholic. Nice dig there by Sikaka for South O'Brien. So it's going to be another point for South O'Brien. Coming out inspired tonight. Playing some good ball. They knew they were coming in to play a good team tonight.
You know, and it is a game of runs, and it seems like they've gone on a couple, and they haven't given them back up. You know, they've given the Jays a point or two, but they haven't let them go on a run yet. They've maintained that lead from the early start of the set.
Been a lot of nice volleys back and forth here tonight. Nice action by both sides here. Digging out some nice kill attempts.
Yeah, great volley.
Ooh, called that one in. Another close one there, but
I did think it was out at first, but no, he had a better view than me, and he did say it was on the line. So I believe on the line and inside they say in.
Looks like Alyssa called back there to serve for Lamar's Gehlen. South O'Brien up 13-9 here in the first set. Tried to go to the back row, hit her there, and just couldn't quite make it over the net.
Tried to put that little touch play on it and just underplayed it a little bit and took some off the volleyball and couldn't
Go
get it
back
over.
with the serve again. There we go, another block there for South O'Brien. Had a nice tandem there, Sarah DeBoer.
And Honkamp, between the two of them, they were putting up a wall there, weren't they?
They were. Got Willow Sikaka, the libero, back to serve. Gonna go over to Struve. Tried to just knock that one over, didn't quite make it there. Nice kill over there. Kate Hill for Gehlen Catholic. Nice side angle kill there, yep.
Yeah.
Notice during that volley, there's just a lot of hits that just weren't quite right there, and they weren't able to get set up for a kill attempt there. Looks like we got Maya Whitehead back. Oh, serving to the net, so easy point for South O'Brien there. I think both teams have had one of those so far, so we got South O'Brien up 15-11 here in the first set.
Nice touch play and a good dig that time.
Both teams are throwing them off a little bit with these little touch plays, trying to just knock it over where their opponents aren't.
Yes. Find the sweet spot they're trying to.
A lot of nice recoveries there.
Yeah.
Point to Gehlen Catholic there. Looks like we got number 2, Brianna Botten coming back in for South O'Brien, and number 8, Kaden Scoville back, a freshman for Gehlen Catholic, back to serve. Nice little volley back and forth there again. Notice the different set plays they're running there. They call a play before they come back, and sometimes it's the back hitters hitting it over. Sometimes it's a set to the front. It's true.
They're tough when you're trying to get a kill on them. They're pretty tough defensively.
Looks like we got a timeout here, so thank you for joining us here on Fuller Digital Solutions. We will take a quick break, and we'll be right back with South O'Brien leading 17-12 in the first set.
So what do you see in your future? Buying the perfect home with a big oak tree? Watching your child graduate from college? Or finding more time for hobbies during your retirement? Whatever your future holds, make sure you talk with the Farm Bureau Financial Services agent. Together, we'll create a plan that's right for you.
Contact Denise Steffen or Danny Rader in Primgar today.
It's your future. Let's protect it.
Around here, life is a continuous circle. At our best, we have caring people all around us. That's the power of Mercy One, a support network 20,000 strong, including more highly rated specialty services than anyone in the region. Personalizing your care, strengthening your circle, keeping you at the center of everything we do. Mercy One, your best life, our one purpose.
And we're back here. We had Sydney Struve serve for South O'Brien. Had a nice volley back and forth there, and ended up with Gehlen Catholic hitting one to the net. So South O'Brien on a nice roll here. We got Sydney Struve back here to serve again.
And I think that was
it's like we had
violation there.
It's like we had a net violation on Lamar's Gehlen Catholic there. So seems like both times Sydney
was on Gehlen. You're right. At first I thought it was on Hintz. I watched her reaction and she looked like, ooh. But they did give points to South O'Brien. You're right.
Both times Sydney has served tonight, as I say that. They've kind of gone on a little run. That one just a little past the out of bounds line there. Got Kate Hill.
Family plug.
That's right.
You're a relation, Sydney Struve. So.
That's right. Heather Struve, the assistant coach, will be my cousin. So Sydney would be her daughter. Another point there for South O'Brien. Looks like we got Avery Holmkamp checking in for South O'Brien and giving Willow Silica a break. Got Anna Fredrickson back to serve. Nice play by Taryn Hintz. That ball just floated right over to her, and
she basically just set it over. She saw the little soft spot. Right. I'm going to use a football term in that zone defense, and just placed it there. Weren't expecting it. The Jays weren't expecting it.
Got 4 points away here from game here for South O'Brien. Got a little discombobulated there on that setup there. Went to the net and just threw their timing off a little bit. So give the point to Gehlen here.
That first bump just had a little bit too much of a line drive on it. Put her teammate too close into the net, and they couldn't quite recover.
Got a little off there again. So
I think Honkamp that time was kind of playing the fake and going to let the back spike, and I think a miscommunication there. Not on the same page.
Got Chloe Bunkers there serving for Lamar's Gehlen Catholic. She's made all Wario Conference the last 2 years, so nice player there for Gehlen Jays, who finished second in state last year, I believe, in 1A. So had a really nice season.
Yeah, they've got a tradition of some good volleyball here, some good athletics in general.
Or I should say their final ranking last year was number 2 in the state. Another nice block there for Hintz, and Who else do we have? We had Avery Homecamp.
But it was blocked just out of bounds, so point.
It was out of bounds.
Yeah.
My bad, I thought it was
a good block, but it knocked it out of bounds, gave the points to the Jays.
Sydney Livermore back to serve.
Wow.
Oh.
What a save.
Nice save.
What a spike and what a save. She's got power, that Hintz does. Went against the South O'Brien wall again, but again, a save. What a volley.
You think you had those two slams by Hintz, and you think that's going to get you a point, and then a little tap over to get you the point on that.
Right.
So 23-16 South O'Brien up here.
I mean, that was just a fun volley to watch. And they're 1 point away from the first set.
1 point away from first set, yes.
Kind of like any sport, you want to strike first. This is the best of 5, but of course, you want to get that first one under your belt, or that first touchdown, or that first bucket, and just kind of ease the game in. And right now, advantage Wolverines.
See if we can get a good set. Got her in. That's the game to South O'Brien. First set. Nice way to start off the night here for South O'Brien with a 25-16 first set win. Both teams definitely had their chances there, Simon. They had some nice volleys going back and forth, and I don't know how many times there was there, but they just couldn't quite get the volley set to the setter, to have a nice setup for the kill attempt there. But both teams definitely had their chances. So South O'Brien takes the first set 25-16. We thank you for joining us here tonight on Fuller Digital Solutions via the YouTube stream. And we'll go ahead and take a break here during this period switch here, and we'll be right back after commercials from our fine sponsors.
Have you been there yet? The Sweeney's Clubhouse in Sutherland. Play indoor golf, pool, and darts year-round, and enjoy your favorite brew. Located at 118 Main Street, and it's easy to find, so stop in. The clubhouse and bar also have many sports TVs, and they have NFL ticket, so you can watch your favorite football games and enjoy a pizza. Now open weekdays at 4:30 p.m. and open Saturday and Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Discover the fun at Sweeney's Clubhouse on Main in Sutherland.
The Prairie Market in Polina. Wow, more than you might expect in a smaller community grocery store.
Every aisle is going to have things in it that you're surprised at that you can find at a small grocery store. We have a large produce department, and we work really hard at keeping our produce fresh. We're really proud of our meat department. Don and Ben do a great job. If you want something special, they will do that for you.
And to see all of their wonderful weekly specials, visit PaulinaPrairieMarket.com.
The professional lenders at the Savings Bank of Primgar, Hartley, and Lake Park are ready to tackle all of your loan needs, whether it be commercial, personal, or agricultural. So often we are concerned with rates, and yes, their rates are competitive, but more importantly is their service. You can feel comfortable sitting down, talking with one of their loan officers, and feeling confident that you are getting exactly what you wanted and more. The Savings Bank of Primgar, Hartley, and Lake Park, your bankers and your friends, proud supporters of their communities, member FDIC.
And we're back here at Lamar's Gehlen Catholic High School, and South O'Brien took that first set 25-16. Great first set there, Simon. They had a lot of back and forth action there. Both teams had their opportunities to get a little bit more of a rally going. Had a few missed hits on the bumps and sets, but get a good first match there.
Based on what we saw, Kyle, we know this isn't going to be a sweep by any team. We've got two quality teams. Both teams, as we talked about during the break, have a few things they could have done a little bit better. Still played solid, But as we go into set number 2 and 3, I know it won't end there. We'll be hitting a 4 and probably a 5 tonight. It's going to go the distance, and you can see both teams want it. South O'Brien came out firing. They got the early lead. They had a couple runs, and they never really relinquished it. They didn't, they only pulled away a point or two at a time, but they just never let Lamar's back in that game.
Right, yeah.
And so they kept their foot on the accelerator, so to speak, and we'll see how that translates into set number 2. But I'm going to tell you one thing, Kyle. My wife has been talking to me, and I'm getting to be an older man saying, I want to play rec league volleyball. She loves volleyball. She already plays, but will you join a co-ed league? And I'm watching these gals, and I don't know if I can handle this. There's a lot of action.
Right.
I don't know if I'm equipped for all the crouching, bending, and diving and positions they get into. And certainly, I don't think I have the snap in my wrist some of these gals do. Pretty impressive athletes.
I think you would wake up awful sore the next morning. That's just my guess.
I promise you, I will.
First point there to Gehlen Catholic on the serve. Nice little volley going here on the second serve of the match. Be interesting to see what adjustments the coaches made here during this timeout. Mike Myers in his 40th year of coaching here for Lamar's Gehlen Catholic, so you're going to know he's going to make some adjustments as the game goes on here.
And that time Josie Kolbeck just came in a little too late, got behind the ball, and wasn't able to make a play. And she knew as soon as she got there she wasn't happy with that.
Got Taryn Hintz over there on the keel again.
Yeah,
she's seen
Hintz, who just now we get the front end view of that snap, and it comes. He not only has power, but you see the angle, the trajectory of that ball. He places it too.
Struve there on the serve, a little deep there on the serve. So we're going to tie it up here at 2-2. Yeah, Taryn Hintz is definitely the go-to for South O'Brien. When they need a point, need a kill, they're going to go to Taryn Hintz. Got Kate Hill. Yep. Nice tight action there at the net with Rachel Langle and Anna Ferguson from South O'Brien there. Ball right between them there, and Gehlen Catholic with the point. Kate Hill back again to serve.
And that time, Frederickson just kind of misplayed that, misjudged, I think, where that ball was going to be, wanted to just touch it over.
Wasn't sure if that one was going to make it over on its own or hit the net, and it fortunately hit the net, didn't just quite get there. Here we got a point back in South O'Brien's favor on the kill there. I believe that was
Frederickson. That time I was going to say she made up for that last play. She wasn't happy with herself, and she had a little extra pop in that kill.
Looks like Frederickson's going to go back to serve there for South O'Brien. Ooh, another close call on that kill there. Hard to tell from our advantage point, but that was a close one there.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that one was out.
I did too,
from my advantage point.
I think it must have just barely touched the line. Again, we got a good view, but we're a long ways away.
Chloe Bunkers there with the serve and point for Lamar's Gehlen Catholic. A lot of a volleyball experience there with Chloe.
The Jays coming out firing after that first set.
Point to South O'Brien. The serve was just outside the line there.
So Botchin takes the seat, it looks like, and Honkamp comes back in. They got the three bigs up front. It's going to be tough to get anything past them at the net.
I don't know how many times that ball has gotten so close to hitting the lights or ceiling up there.
And even the basketball hoops. And I just called it. You've got Honkamp and you've got Hintz up there. It's tough to get anything through that height. And they go up tall and they go up strong.
Yeah, you got Hintz there at 6'1", so she gets her arms up in the air and jumps. She's a tall girl to get that ball over. Got Sky Rader back there serving. Going to be another point for South O'Brien.
We're tied up.
Tied her back up. It was 6-3, so a little 3-point rally here. I have a feeling this could be a tight set. Rader on the serve. Just didn't quite come off her hand right there. You could tell that one from the beginning. It was going to be a little short.
Yeah, she got a little bit on top of that ball.
Got Sydney Livermore back to serve for the Jays. Going to have to hit it up a little higher to get over those guys, so couldn't quite get that downward kill.
What a nice move.
Sydney Struve there with that dive and getting the ball over the net. Oh!
And there she is with that snap, and I'll tell you what.
That was set up. That was set up perfect for her.
Yeah, it even had backspin, so when she snapped it, that spin was in her favor and just went straight down. I don't care who you are, you weren't going to stop that one.
No.
And again,
a little rally back to South O'Brien here. Got Hintz back there serving.
And what's Honkamp? She must be 6 foot or close to as well.
She is 6'2", yeah.
I was going to say, they've got some height up front when she's in there along with him.
Looks like we got a call there in the net for Gehlen Catholic, so point to South O'Brien. So nice little run here. That ball just dived over the net. Sydney Struve over there. Another nice block. Hard to get it over those two. Got Heinkamp and Sarah DeBoer.
Yeah, and Sarah DeBoer, she's got to be 5'11".
5'9", according to this, but
Is she?
She looks like she's a little taller than that.
When you look at her next to Heinkamp, she definitely looks taller. She jumps taller. I mean, she plays taller than she is.
Nice run here for South O'Brien. We're going to have a timeout by Lamar's Gehlen Catholic here. South O'Brien got on a nice roll there. They were down 7-3, so reeled off 8 straight points here.
And they have been able to control those runs, Kyle. And we talk about, you can give points back and forth, but it's the team that can get a little run, a little momentum, as you said, going. And South O'Brien was able to capture that in set number 1 early and just not let go of it, and they got behind early. The Jays came out firing, but they dug deep, and they've been able to rally, and you're right, they've several unanswered points they've gained, and they look at themselves as 4 points favorites in set number 2, and set number 2 is going to really set the tempo. Set 1 kind of got everybody's jitters out of them. All right, we're settling in. We know what we need to improve upon. Now who's going to execute here and ride this wave home? If the Wolverines take it, obviously major advantage. If the Jays take it, I think you and I are going to be in some excitement throughout the night.
Yeah, that's for sure, and you're definitely right there with the first set, and this one leading to the team that gets on a roll and reel off several points in a row would be a big advantage here. Nice little volley back and forth here. Nice block there on Gehlen Catholic side there by Maya Whitehead. She had the block on Sarah DeBuer that time. Looks like we got Alyssa Cole back here to serve.
I'm not sure how the point. I didn't catch.
I think it was how she hit the ball. Wasn't a legal hit, so got a point to Gehlen Catholic. Well, those balls were close. I'm not sure if they would be out or not. They're keeping them in bounds there. Pretty big kill there.
Firepower. Is this her first action? I don't know if she was in set 1, but
Maya Whitehead.
I don't have her on my roster.
Yeah, that's number 12, Maya Whitehead. She's a freshman. She wasn't on first set too.
She's come in and she's had some firepower. It was funny. We were getting set up earlier on the stage before we moved up to the Crow's Nest, and I think she was the one who was hitting the AD, Mr. Conaisel. I said, I think he had the back to him practicing, helping us, and balls kept whacking him. And I said, I think you did something where these girls are using this as an opportunity to get you back. He just chuckled. He said, oh yeah, I'm always in trouble. Good guy, great guy.
Yeah, he's very, very nice to work with. We had Homecamp there on the kill attempt, and it block went sideways on the ground. So Hintz, that's about the first time tonight I think I've seen Hintz have a miss hit on a kill attempt.
Yeah, she kind of let that one sail on her. Didn't quite get the snap in it, and she knew it.
Tried that one from the back row here. We got Maya Whitehead back here to serve for the Jays, freshman. Looks like a nice looking player there for a freshman. Bright future ahead there for her.
Absolutely. I mean, you watch her out there. She doesn't play like a freshman. She acts like she's a seasoned veteran.
Right.
Went out there and made some big plays and really helped her team go on a little run to get back in this thing.
I think it was Struve there on the kill for South O'Brien, and we got DeVere back there serving. See if South O'Brien can get something set up here. But number 10, Sydney Livermore just deflected it off her arm there, so point to South O'Brien. South O'Brien leading 14-11 here. Coach Meyer getting some constructive criticism there from the sideline for his team. Nice little dump over there by Sky Rader. The ball just wasn't quite in the right spot, but able to dump it over. Rader going for the kill.
And that time the net worked to her favor. She actually didn't hit that quite how she wanted to. The net kind of gave it some extra up action, and it was hard to play that for the Jays. So 15-11. We're going to another timeout. Should we take one with them, Kyle?
We can take a short one, sure.
Back in 60 seconds. Thanks for viewing this Fuller Digital Solutions production of South O'Brien and Gehlen Catholic Volleyball.
Deals at Kinnaid Auto Sales in Polina, including a very nice blue 2010 Chevy Silverado LT 1500 4x4 with many extras and only 110,000 miles. Also a silver 2014 Chevy Equinox LTZ with only 64,500 miles, and it's loaded. Leather, heated seats, nav, rear camera, sunroof, and all-wheel drive, specially priced $16,395. Check out these vehicles at KinnaidAutoSales.com, and remember, if you want it and they don't have it, they will find it at Kinnaid Auto Sales in Polina.
Everything you expect from your local Paulina hardware store, but now offering more. Shopping online is convenient because you can do it on your time and the inventory is seemingly endless. Welcome to TrueValue.com. Simply pick your store and your items will ship free right to our door at Paulina Hardware. Plus, we handle the returns, assembly, and simply stated, there's a local person who will take care of you. We love to see you in our store and love that we can bring you the convenience of shopping 24/7 at Paulina Hardware. Online at TrueValue.com.
And welcome back there. We missed 1 point there to Gehlen Catholic on a serve there from South O'Brien. So we have Josie Colback back to serve for the Jays. Hit it to Willa Sekika, the libero for South O'Brien. Looks like we're going to set it up to Hintz in the back row. We get a nice kill there from the back row for South O'Brien. So set number 2 here. South O'Brien leading 16-12 after winning the first set 25-16. Sadie Strew back to serve. Another nice block there. Hard to get it over Taryn Hintz. And Anna Fredrickson. We got Hintz there at 6'1" and Fredrickson at 5'10". So Strew will go back there to serve again. Set it up for libero, Chloe Bunkers. Little tap over there by Sky Rader. Tried to set it up to Hintz there and set this one a little array there. Sydney Strew with a nice effort diving there, but wasn't able to come up with that one. Got Kate Hill back to serve for the Jays. We'll take those easy points all night long for South O'Brien. Haven't been many to come by tonight, so when you can get one like that, sure, take that.
No, when you're in a grind-out match against an opponent like the Jays, you take everything you can get.
Fredrickson with the serve. Looks like we're going to set up Alyssa Colback. Going back to Hintz.
That was a nice dig. That's I'm going to tell you what, there's not many times when Hintz snaps her wrist like that, you're able to save that ball and keep it into play. And they were able to not only do that, but they were able to score a point off it. So hats off to the Jays.
Livermore with the kill for the Jays there. Chloe Bunkers with the serve. Just not able to get it over the net there. kind of hit it in the net a couple different times there on that volley. Alyssa Colback up there trying hard, but just wasn't quite able to get it over.
And that's been one of the difference makers, in my opinion, thus far, is South O'Brien has been able to control at the net. They have really been dominant.
Sky Raider there with the serve out of bounds. A little too much power on that one. Looks like we got Sydney Livermore back to serve here, senior for the Jays. Another one out of bounds, so back-to-back out of bounds serve.
Points that time.
So 20-15 here, South O'Brien leading, second set. 5 points away for taking the set number 2 here. Taryn Hintz on the serve. Point to Gehlen Catholic. Must have deflected off South O'Brien blocker.
I was going to say, I didn't see that, but...
Colback back to serve for the Jays. Oh, nice dig there by Chloe Bunkers, but I think they call that a campfire.
Yeah, they're both looking at it, and neither quite went for it.
They had 3 girls standing around there looking at it, so just unfortunate where it went there, and nobody knew who was going to get that ball.
Speaking of campfires, while you're watching the play on the camera, Kyle, I can tell a short story about you and a meme you put on Facebook, and I think everybody listening and watching can say they've been in the same boat, and it's a picture. South O'Brien scores another point, 22-16. But wherever you sit, that smoke is blowing your way, and so then the next picture is you sitting in a new spot, smoke's blowing your way. Next spot, no matter where you rotate around the fire, the smoke's blowing in your way.
Nice serve there by Sikoka for South O'Brien. Yeah, that's definitely right, Simon. It never seems to matter where I sit for a campfire. The smoke always finds me.
Yeah, just kind of funny because everybody can say, yeah, that's happened to me too, and it does. But South O'Brien in a
2
big
points
moment
away
right here. They have been on tonight.
Freshman Maya Whitehead tried to go for the kill there. A little too much momentum took it out of bounds. So South O'Brien 1 point away here from set number 2.
Yeah, and an 8-point lead to get that point. You know, if you would have bet me that either team would have went 2-0, I would have said, I don't believe you. For sure they'd split.
They get the point here. They'll win this set, the same score of the first match.
They call that a double block there, and she got it over.
It's a nice job of keeping with it. And there we go. So South O'Brien's going to take set number 2, 25-16 with the 2-0 lead here tonight. And like you said, Simon, I would have not have guessed South O'Brien to come out here and take both first sets, but
I wouldn't have guessed either team. I really thought to myself, we're going to be into a 5-game match, and we still could, 5-set match. There's no doubt it's far from over, but when you take the first 2 sets, certainly momentum is on your side, and been very impressed with both teams, but the Wolverines, honestly, Kyle, if you break down set 1 and 2, where they have been dominant, I mean, they've been solid serving, they've been solid with their setting, but they have been dominant at the net, both with their spikes and blocks. They have just really controlled that net with their 3 bigs, I'm going to call them. You talk about NBA teams, they say the 3 bigs. Well, South O'Brien's got that on the volleyball court tonight, and it's tough to get anything past DeBoer, Hintz, and Honkamp.
Definitely got the height advantage, don't they? Just looking at the heights for both teams, but you got Hintz at 6'1", Honkamp at 6'2", DeBoer at 5'9", Fredrickson at 5'10". But they're not only tall, but they're lengthy.
They're at lengthy and athletic too. I mean, they get up there, and not only can they block, but you watch the way they can snap, and specifically when you watch Taryn Hintz and the way she hits that ball, it's not that they're just up there to be blockers. They're athletic, and they can make some plays offensively as well. So that's been the difference, in my opinion, and they've put their foot on the gas pedal, and they haven't let off tonight, Kyle.
Yeah, you got Gehlen Catholic here, talking about the height advantage, tallest girl at 5'11". So, South O'Brien definitely has the height advantage, and like you said, Simon, play around the net's been key tonight. All the kills they've had, blocks they've had, just several spurts of running off several points in a row, making the difference here tonight. And I don't know what the odds are of winning the first 2 matches with the same exact score, but it can't be very much.
That's right. Well, we're a minute away from the third set here, Kyle, and this is going to be a big one. We're going to see what the Jays are made of, if they can dig deep. And Wolverine right now, they're on they're smelling the blood, and they want to attack and end this thing. And really, and for all practical purposes, if you line these teams up on paper, who they've played and what the records are, you would say that they're getting the upset as the visitors. You know, traveling. You got Gehlen with the home court advantage and the more impressive resume. So you've got to seize this opportunity if you're the Wolverines, because they're in a good position right now.
That's right, Simon. And one thing to think about, too, here at South O'Brien was Hintz did miss some time here earlier in the year with a knee injury. Coach Ross Kemp had told me from South O'Brien, so I'm sure that made a difference for them starting off the year. Missing your key player, a key component to your team.
No question about it. Well, here we go. Set number 3 just about underway.
Kind of interesting here, Simon, with being our first broadcast with Fuller Digital Solutions with volleyball, and being new to I'm not new to volleyball myself, but I don't understand quite all the rules. I'm not sure exactly what happens here at the beginning of the set when the official comes out there, but something with substitutions, I'm guessing.
South O'Brien gives away the first point as they did the honors on the serve, so the Jays take the early 1-0 lead, and they desperately need it in this set.
Looks like it was DeBoer there with the serve in the net, and we had Botchin coming in. Kaden Scoble there with the serve. I don't know if I've called her name yet tonight. Set up Riley Schnipp there for a sophomore for Gehlen Catholic, so a nice kill there for a sophomore for the Lady Jays. Got Josie Cole back there to serve. Let's see if South O'Brien can get set up here. Got Hintz in the back row for South O'Brien. Strew tried to kill it there and hit her into the net. Just a little off balance going up there.
So the Jays knew that this was kind of one of those moments that they needed to grab and take an early lead.
Gehlen Catholic out with an early 3-0 lead here. Got Hintz there hitting one to the net too, so nice 4-0 start here for Gehlen Catholic. Josie Cole back there for her, it's like 4th serve in a row here. Strew there hitting it over. There's a kill. We got Adam Fredrickson there, the senior, coming through, getting a point back for South O'Brien. So nice to get that first point here in the third set.
Thinking the same thing. You got to get that first point and then try to get something rolling. And here we go with Sydney Strew.
See if Sydney can get a little rally going here for South O'Brien like she has earlier in the night.
And that was
nice kill. Sensing a little bit of a momentum shift here coming out in the third set here.
The Jays knew this was a must set, obviously a must-win set, and they are showing their intensity. And as you mentioned, a game of momentum, Kyle, that once things get rolling, not only can you get momentum offensively or positive, but the opposing team, you can see them just a little bit more lackadaisical, the Wolverines, a little more relaxed this set than the first two.
Imagine, there we have one. First time tonight we've seen one off the lights up there, and I was just thinking, my next comment was going to be, I wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout coming up here. So good time to
settle things down.
Right.
Regroup a little bit.
Kind of like you said, South O'Brien coming out a little flat here in this third set. I don't know if they got a little too overconfident there, thinking they were in control of this game, but things can change in a hurry.
And certainly between that, and the effect of just making it to set 3, 4, 5 endurance starts to play a factor. There's a lot of athleticism. There's a lot of timing out there. There's a lot of, not just with your legs, but your arm and snapping it. Your serves can get weaker. Your sets can get weaker. Your spikes can get weaker. So you really got to be crisp and dig deep, because endurance will start setting in these next couple of sets, and that's going to show, who's been conditioned a little bit more.
They will, and it makes you wonder how many, 5-set matches they've had throughout the year so far to this point. Got an ace.
I was just going to say, that's what they call an ace, and that just, like you said, kind of had a knuckle drop right there at that 10-foot line.
Sophomore over there for Gehlen Catholic, Riley Schnipp. There's a kill. South O'Brien needed that one there from Hintz, and see if they can get a little rally going here.
And again, that's one that I would have guessed out of bounds, but I'm going to give the official the advantage. He's right there. It's kind of tough from this angle, Kyle, to see exactly where that ball is. So give those guys and gals out in the court a lot of credit for their focus.
So South O'Brien's got their lineup back in up here, in the front row, Simon. We got Homecamp and Hintz, and we also got Sky Raider that they've had some pretty good rallies with tonight. So we'll see if we can get going here. Anna Fredrickson with the serve. Unfortunately, that one's going to head out of bounds. So probably the biggest lead that Gehlen Catholic has had tonight, with the 9-3 lead here to start off the third quarter.
Right.
Got Chloe Bunkers back to serve.
And I want to thank one of my viewers, Kyle. I was getting so caught up in the game, I was scoring backwards on the video stream. So I had a flip-flop. Now I've got it correct.
Oh.
I had the home and away flip-flop. So thanks to Kent out there paying attention and keeping me focused here. I got one job to do, Kyle, right? Let's do it right. You can critique me later.
Well, here we go, Simon.
Nice little rally.
Couple points South O'Brien's way, with Sky Raider back there serving for Wolverines.
Like you said, they got their starting lineup back in. I think they realized, we're right here.
You just get a little momentum going and, hit one out of bounds off the serve there.
They're going to give up a few. It's who's going to go on the runs here. So far that's favored the Jays early on. See if South O'Brien can turn it back around and get things going.
Livermore back there with the serve, and just a couple of South O'Brien players there. Wasn't quite sure who was going to go after that one there. Ooh, a nice dig by Cyclica there for South O'Brien. Just a bit out of bounds. Nice try for Maya Whitehead there from the Gehlen Jays. So gives the point to South O'Brien. Got Hintz back to serve for the Wolverines. Going to set it up over to Struve, and Maya Whitehead there had a nice block for the Jays. If you noticed that there, Simon, I'm not sure if you can see that on the screen. It looks like you quite could talk here. The Iowa State Bank, $5 for an ace there for the Jays. So every time they get an ace, they put an ace up on the wall.
Okay.
So it's like they have a little donation thing going on there for the Jays.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Nice volley here with some blocks back and forth. Point to the Jays, so a 13-6 lead here in the third set. Kind of like any other sport, Simon, they really got to communicate out there. If they're not communicating with each other, who's going after the ball, just like we had an example there, falls to the ground.
Right.
Point to the Jays there, so 8-point lead here for Gehlen Catholic here in the third set. Boy, that ball just diving.
Yeah, they've had some nice serves.
Gehlen Catholic got a nice run here on this third set. Looks like we're going to have another timeout here for South O'Brien. Going to go ahead and take their second timeout of the third period, with Gehlen Catholic leading 15-6 here, and the Jays have come out fired up here in the third quarter, and Coach Meyer has made some adjustments, you can tell there, and things are going well for him.
And I think, at the end of it, he all he had to do was say, girls, come on, let's get going, give a little pep talk, and they've come out fired, and this is far from over. He's wanting to take this into a set 4 and a set 5, and on the flip side, the Wolverines are just saying right now, I can see the coach's language. Come on, girls. You played set 1. You played set 2. Well, where's that dominance? Let's get back to what we do well. Let's get things set up. Let's get the offense going. They've had a lot of nice kill attempts, and let's block at the net. Let's do what we do. We beat them twice. We can beat them a third time, and just trying to settle them down, because it's as like any sport. You pick the percentage, but it's more than 50% mental, and the smaller percentage physical.
Mental and a game of momentum here.
Right.
Struve there with the kill, tried to block it, but it went out of bounds there. So we're going to send Willow Sikika back to serve for the Wolverines. See if South O'Brien can get a little run here and get back into this thing. Nice save there. Could have set it up to Maya Whitehead. Nice placement there. Just a little dump over there, a little touch shot, and put it where nobody was at.
Yeah, again, she saw the hole, and I'll tell you what, she's an impressive freshman. Like you said earlier, she's going to have a future. She hasn't seen a lot of playing time tonight, but when she's been in, it's been quality.
Well, you can tell just a little bit more hustle in Lamar's Gehlen this set, Simon.
They're moving. You're right. They're moving and they're crisp.
Nice save attempt there. Just wasn't able to get it over there. I think that was the third hit of that set. So that shot by Whitehead had to get over the net early. Got Sarah DeBuer back to serve.
Kind of shot that right into her gut, basically.
Right, yeah. Ball got on her a little quicker than she was anticipating there, so.
That almost got trapped when you make that V. It got caught in the fatter part of the V and just kind of killed the ball. A little interference with the rafters above favored that time Gehlen, but I don't know that South O'Brien could have made that play either way.
Yeah, that one was heading towards the stands, I think, so that would have been a tough play there. Nice job just to save that one there, South O'Brien.
Keep the volley alive.
There, we got a good kill set up for Anna Ferguson.
And that was just basically a short set. Fredrickson was coming in. She didn't get the height. She just gave it a snap. And it's almost as if that was all about timing.
Oh, they gave the point to Gehlen on that one. Not sure what the call was there.
I guess I missed that too.
Wonder if she was in the net maybe when she came through on the follow through.
I wasn't looking at the linesman that time or the judge official.
South O'Brien a little bit of trouble in this set, Simon, with Gehlen there with another point there on the serve.
Yeah, commanding lead in this set, 21-8.
Josie Colback back there. Seems like she's been back there a while serving for the Jays.
And like you said, Gehlen is just flying to the ball this particular set.
Like we had two South O'Brien players there kind of run into each other and trying to get the set up there, but as her hand went up, she hit a defender behind, or not a defender, but teammate behind her. Colback still serving there, 3 points away from this set for Gehlen Catholic.
Nice save that time.
Boy, Gehlen Catholic is just on a roll.
They are just on fire.
South O'Brien's either they need a big play here to change some momentum shift and
right, just get back into it and feel confidence.
It's like
now
we got
a meeting.
Officials getting together here for talk about something here. This set has just feel different the whole time so far.
Right.
You know, Gehlen came out firing from the get-go and fired up and just playing much better volleyball this set.
Yeah, and it was a must-win, and they knew it. And so you got two options. Some teams just kind of curl up and hunker away. They came out knowing they needed to win it, and they're showing it in their play. They're active. They're out there. They're scrambling. They're crisp. They're talking, and just it's showing in this particular set. So, I mean, kind of what we expected. I said it early. I didn't think either of these teams would sweep one another either way, and this is some momentum in favor of.
So it looked like we had a call in favor
Gehlen.
of South O'Brien here. I'm not exactly sure what that meeting was about, but
yeah. So there's still a discussion. It looked like they awarded a point. I haven't seen anything on the scoreboard yet. I'm not sure, and now.
So they are taking a point away from. They did take a point away from Gehlen Catholic and then awarded a point to South O'Brien.
Okay, so and it maybe was earlier on that point where I believe it was Hins had that nice kill, and we were wondering if maybe she had a net violation or what it could have been, but either way, yes, they did take a point away from Gehlen and awarded it to the Wolverines.
True, back there to serve. Serve for South O'Brien and kill over there for Gehlen Catholic. I believe that was number 10, Sydney Livermore. So she's had a nice night for them. And we got Riley Schnipp, the sophomore, back there to serve. Point to South O'Brien with the kill by Anna Fredrickson.
And she's been a force tonight.
She has been. Between her and Hintz, they got a lot of points between them, a lot of kills. And Fredrickson will go back to serve. So 23-10, Gehlen Catholic leading here. South O'Brien's going to need a nice run here to get back into this one. And right as I say that,
they're not going to let them back in. I don't think it's that they are fired up. The crowd's fired up as well. Set point here.
Right as I say that, Lango with the kill for Gehlen Catholic there. So Munker's back here to serve. Set point. So
goes to Gehlen.
Gehlen Catholic's going to take set 3, 25-10.
So we're going to a set 4 for sure, Mr. Jurgensen, and kind of what we expected. This wasn't going to be a quick 1-2-3 type of night, and it's going to shape up to be a great matchup both for these fans here at Lamar's Gehlen Catholic High School and the viewers watching this South O'Brien Wolverine and Gehlen Catholic Jays video stream. Compliments of Fuller Digital Solution. With this intermission, Kyle, we're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll come back, break down set 3, and get ready for a fourth, and what will sure to be a very exciting fourth for sure. So back in 2 minutes. You are watching a Fuller Digital production of Lamar's Gehlen Catholic Jays hosting the South O'Brien Wolverines in volleyball action.
At TCA, they are working hard every day to make sure each home and business in O'Brien County can connect with today's world. Whether you are in town or in the country, they have a variety of internet solutions for you. Now, with increased speeds, they also offer managed Wi-Fi to ensure your network signal is strong and secure. Call 930-5593. Stop in or visit their website, tcaexpress.com.
Communities working together for a better tomorrow at TCA.
At Iowa State Bank, we know that our ag community is an important part of Northwest Iowa. That's why we work harder to keep business owners and farmers up and running. For over 75 years, Iowa State Bank has helped farmers upgrade equipment, expand local business operations, and sometimes offer a helping hand. As we look forward to the future, we'll continue to be by your side, available when you need us.
Iowa State
So what do you see in your future? Buying the perfect home with a big oak tree? Watching your child graduate from college? Or finding more time for hobbies during your retirement? Whatever your future holds, make sure you talk with the Farm Bureau Financial Services agent. Together, we'll create a plan that's right for you.
Contact Denise Steffen or Danny Rader in Primgar today.
It's your future. Let's protect it.
Around here, life is a continuous circle. At our best, we have caring people all around us. That's the power of Mercy One, a support network 20,000 strong, including more highly rated specialty services than anyone in the region. Personalizing your care, strengthening your circle, keeping you at the center of everything we do. Mercy One, your best life, our one purpose.
And welcome back to Lamar's Gehlen Catholic High School. And just want to thank again to Lamar's Gehlen Catholic for hosting us here tonight, Simon. And good volleyball match so far tonight with South O'Brien taking the first two matches 25-16. Jays came fighting back there with a 25-10 third set. We'll see if South O'Brien can get back to playing like they did in the first couple of matches here.
Gehlen will start things off first by Sky Raider, and they get the first point. And you know what's been interesting? The team that scored the first point in each set, I believe, has won the set.
Gone on to win.
If my memory serves me.
Set a little bit off there, but able to get it over. Nice placement there back in the corner, but what a save by Chloe Bunkers for Gehlen Catholic.
Obviously, this is an elimination set again for the Jays. And for South O'Brien, they just want to get their momentum back. As we were talking during the break, Kyle, they just seem to, they lost one gear.
Good.
Gehlen gained that momentum.
Gehlen is scrappy. I tell you, they're all over the place. They're scrapping for the ball. You know, they're making several great saves there. 2-0 lead for Gehlen coming out here.
So just wanted to regain what they started with.
Official call there, so giving the point to Gehlen Catholic. I got to think here, Simon. Coach Roskamp for South O'Brien's probably not going to let this go too much further if the momentum stays here on the Gehlen side. Rachel Langle, junior for Gehlen with the kill there. So Gehlen coming out fired up yet here in the fourth set with the 4-0 lead.
So Josie Colbeck still serving for Gehlen. She started this set and has...
it's going to be hit out of bounds by a Raider. 5-0 lead. Here comes a... Oh, I thought it was going to be a timeout there. Kind of fooled me with that whistle, but we're going to make a sub here. So it looks like Riley Draper, sophomore, coming in here. I think it's the first time she's been in tonight. So
I believe you're right. And she was a luck token as that serve was just out of bounds.
Maybe that'll be the lucky shift there for South O'Brien. So we got Sydney Struve back to serve for the Wolverines. Another kill for Gehlen Catholic. It's like Sydney Livermore on that one. It's going to send Riley Schnimpf, the sophomore, back to serve for the Jays.
And there's that power that
there's a kill, yeah.
First two sets for him. And then Honkamp comes back into the matchup as well. So you've got two 6-footers up front, and they're going to form that human wall again and try to get things back in their momentum.
Fredrickson back to serve there for the Wolverines.
And you notice wisely, the Jays kept that away from the wall, so to speak. They played that on the left side, away from the height.
They have been. And I'm assuming South O'Brien's going to try to keep going back to Hintz here, set her up.
They carried that ball. Just Honkamp that time got it. The ball got a little behind her, so she was forced to kind of carry it.
Bunkers back to serve for the Jays. Ooh. Raider just tried to tap that one over there. A little bit of a sneak and just couldn't quite make it over there. So
It was a nice dig by Cyclica, but just couldn't complete the play. So
not surprised.
That, as you said, a timeout being called by South O'Brien. So 9-2 is the score in the set, Kyle. Here we are, fourth. Going back to set one, South O'Brien was dominant, 25-16. They took set two, 25-16, had all the momentum on their side, and the Jays just came out firing, and a somewhat lopsided third set, 25-10, and have kept that momentum into set four. So 9-2, it's early, anything can happen, but they've really captured that momentum. They've gone on those runs, and as you mentioned, and it's the right word, they have been scrappy. They have not let a ball, only a couple, hit that ball on their side of the net. And they're just flying around, literally flying like Jays. So Wolverines need to attack and attack soon to turn this tide, or I fear that momentum is just in the Jays' favor.
It's definitely been a flip of a switch here. South O'Brien looked like the dominant team the first two sets, and the Jays have just poured it on here the last set and a half here. Going back to Hintz, and a nice dig by Bunkers for the Jays. South O'Brien, nice save there. Had a hard time just getting that one over, but
right. But when you mention the word scrappy, sometimes you got to get point. Yeah, at least have to give yourself a shot. You have to stay in the volley.
Sydney Livermore with the kill for Gehlen Catholic. Who do we have over there? Hintz that tried to block that one, just went off the side of her hand there a little bit. So point to the Jays. So
and Gehlen got the point, but still, again, they kept themselves alive in that volley. You got to give yourself a chance. You can't give the easy ones. You got to make them work for every point.
Make them earn it. Oh, that was close. South O'Brien not catching the breaks like they did earlier in the game. Those shots would have been in the first, second set. Going to go over to Hintz over here.
And again,
wow.
Nice save, nice dig. So both teams working the volleys. And there's that freshman Whitehead. I commented on her last couple sets. She's been a force. She is going to be a player through her next few years in high school. Just a freshman. It just floors me.
Yeah, Jay's keeping the momentum going here, Simon. South O'Brien not catching the breaks, and Jay's getting them all hit inside. There's a nice kill by Hintz.
Yeah,
South O'Brien needed that one.
Her last couple spikes have been dug up, and she said not this time. She took that right.
So Riley Japer subbed out there, and we bring back in the senior, Sierra DeVore. It's like Sky Raider back there serving. Here we go. 2 points in a row for South O'Brien, so see if they can get a little momentum shift back in here and maybe run off a little rally here, Simon.
Yeah, still a 25-point set, so a lot of long ways to go. But you got to get it here. It's sort of a do-or-die time of this set.
Ooh, that was in.
I was going to say that was right on the line. And you mentioned they weren't catching the breaks. That was kind of a tough shot she made, and I think she was just a little bit hopeful there. And just landed right in the corner.
Don't think she meant to hit it quite that far, but another kill there for I believe that's Livermore. Yep, for Gehlen. Livermore, Lango, Whitehead. They got a nice duo up front, or triple duo, or however you want to say that, up front for serving the net.
So Livermore gives it right back to South O'Brien.
Haven't had many of those tonight, so South O'Brien will take the point definitely here with the way this set's been going. Taryn Hintz back to serve. I thought that one's going to be in the net too. That ball really dived. Nice block.
I was watching her serve earlier though, and watch her again. It'll be the same style. Because she's so tall, she doesn't have much action. It's just straight, and then it does kind of die at the net. That's almost her style. Just kind of pops it over there. She's already got the height just from her body.
That one just floated a little bit too far out there. Hintz tried to hit the back line on that one, just carried a little too far.
Just kind of set it across, tried to find the sweet spot, and I thought it was going to land, but it was just out of bounds. Good call.
Cole back there to serve for the Jays. South O'Brien's got a chance here. We can get a spike down. There we go. Sydney Strew.
And one kind of unsung hero that I've been watching throughout the night is Cyclica, who's now going to serve for the Wolverines. You know, she's not so much on the offensive side, but she's had to dig a lot of pretty good Jay serves out tonight just to keep her team alive. And the Jays have done a nice job of placing their serves, and she's always down in the
she has a
ground trying to pop it up and give her team an opportunity at a volley.
It's a good thing they wear those knee pads because your knees would be hurting without those on.
Oh, man.
So you feel a little momentum coming back to South O'Brien here. See if they can keep it going. Right as I say that, just an unlucky bounce there.
Kind of a bounce, and everybody was frozen by it, and it just fell in.
We got Maya Whitehead, freshman, back here to serve for the Jays.
Got a little bit deep, so point South O'Brien.
A little deep there by the freshman, and you got to think with another year or two experience, that probably doesn't happen there. But like you mentioned earlier, she's quite an impressive player. Nice placement there. Just got it around the side of the block attempt there, and
I think Rachel Langle in on that, and she did have a good placement on that ball.
Cyclica made a heck of an effort there for South O'Brien, but just a little bit out of her range.
You know, it is a game more of finesse than power. Power certainly is nice at times, but finesse, prove my point there. It's not about the power, it's about placement, and that can make the difference. So South O'Brien point, now only 6-point deficit, 16-10. We're going to 25 this set. A big moment in this set.
Kind of feel like South O'Brien could get a little rally here going. They could get right back into this thing. Livermore again there with the kill. She's having a nice night
tonight. Yeah, she just took that across court. Nobody there, and again, good placement. We're coupled with some power.
Little tap over there, right placement there for Gehlen Catholic.
And it was a smart play because what she was faced with was, am I going to spike that into Fredrickson and Hintz, where all night they've been able to just block those balls, or am I going to tap it over their head, try to sneak it into the zone, or at the very least put it back into play on the other side? You're not going to spike it through those two girls at the net.
No, too much height there.
Just a good heads-up, smart play. I mean, they learned their lesson in set 1 and 2, and here they are in set 3 with an 8-point lead, and
think
looking to try to tie this thing up, take it into the, well, not extra innings, but the 5th and final.
Kind of feels like extra innings with the way this has gone tonight, but yeah, I think you made a nice point there earlier, Simon, with you can see the definite changes by Coach Meyer there for the Jays. Been kind of going around, Honkamp and Heinz all night, having those blocks. So the last couple of sets, they've been going around them, hitting on the outside, going to a different spot where they're not on the court.
Taking it across court, putting it into play on the other side of the net, tapping it over their heads. They're not giving them a chance to block it because they learned in sets 1, 2, you can't get it through that force, that wall.
Not quite a spike there. Didn't hit it quite as hard as she normally has tonight, but kind of fun to see those volleys that are right above the net, to see who comes out on top of those. Livermore's fired up, and she's hitting that ball hard.
Yeah, she's not real tall, but she can get up, and when she snaps that wrist, she's another one who she's got some power, but more importantly, where she puts the ball, she knows. She can. She's got touch.
We got Riley Schimpf back there serving for the Jays, and seems like every time she's gotten back here tonight, the Jays have got on a nice run. Maybe it's just coincidence or what it might be, but need to get her off the serve here.
And again, that time a spike across court. They're not going to put it into Hintz.
So it looks like set 4 momentum and the Big Mo, as they call it in football, staying with the Gehlen Catholic Jays here. 21-10 lead for Gehlen.
That was a good place, powerful spike that time by Hintz.
Hintz hasn't been quite as successful here in the second or third and fourth sets with her kills, so might have to mix up where she's trying to kill that ball at. And like you said, that one was a little more angle to it, and good placement by her here. Thought that was going to be an ace, but nice dig by Bunkers. Looks like she got outside of the playing area. I think they call those antennas there.
Yep.
So 22-11 lead for Gehlen.
Couldn't get it back across the net in play.
South O'Brien's going to have to go on a big run here.
And that time, Hintz a little shaken up. She spiked it and got the point, but you see when she landed, her knee was kind of twerking her. She kind of trying to shake it off.
Looks like that's the knee. She's got her leg wrapped with 2 there, so.
It's getting sore. She's shaking it off, as you said. They missed her early in the year, and they're going to need her deep into this set and possibly into a 5th if necessary.
That serve there just grazed off the top of the net, but nice play by Gehlen Catholic, and got the kill there by Livermore again, I believe.
And it looks like she's going to take a seat.
Both teams subbing here, yep. Little frustration there, too, it looks like.
Yeah. Anytime you have a nagging injury, it in addition to this set specifically, probably frustrating, but in addition, when you just know it's debilitating you a little bit, that's frustrating.
Livermore back there on the serve. Here we are with Gehlen 1 point away from taking the 4th set, Simon, so looks like we, as you kind of predicted here, this is probably going to go into 5 sets, and
the fans are getting what they paid for, Kyle.
So South O'Brien goes down here in the 4th set, 25-12.
And we are all knotted up.
All knotted up, and for the game's sake, I hope South O'Brien can turn it around here a little bit in the 5th set and make this last one a competitive one, and get back to playing like they did in the 1st and 2nd set. And that would be fun to see here if they could get back to playing like that. And the way Gehlen's playing now would be a really nice set to come out and finish this off with tonight.
Yeah, going to 15 in this 5th and final set, and you got to win by 2, Kyle. So the question is, what will be the final point total? Will it be a 19-17 win? Will it be a 15-12 win? Will it be a 22-20 win by somebody? That's when we talk extra innings, and I do think this is going to be a competitive 5th. I think that South O'Brien had all the momentum in set 1, 2. Gehlen just swooped in and took that momentum back, and certainly they go into set 5 fired up. But South O'Brien knows that they can compete, have competed, and they're going to have to dig deep. It's kind of like you get that second win, that extra energy. You say, look, it's leave it all on the court. It's now or never. Don't need to save any of this energy for anything more. This is it. And you'll see both teams giving it to them all, and it should be a fun one.
Kind of like you talked earlier, getting to that 5th set, who's got the endurance here, which team is made to last and come through in the end here, but also momentum. Momentum is going to be big in this last set. Who can come out, score the first point of this set, get a lead and get going on it.
All right, well, we're 2 minutes away from finding it out. We'll take a timeout and be back with the 5th and final set right after this.
Sweeney's Farm and Home Center and the Paulina Building Center are proud to support the South O'Brien Wolverines. They know it takes teamwork to accomplish goals on the playing field as well as in business. They're glad to be a part of the community team by helping make dreams come true. When you need building supplies and hardware, talk with the folks at Sweeney's Farm and Home Center and the Paulina Building Center. And good luck, South O'Brien Wolverines, in accomplishing your goals.
And we're back here at Lamar's Gehlen Catholic High School, getting set here for set number 5. Let's hope this is an exciting final set here to end the match, Simon. And once again, we want to thank Lamar's Gehlen Catholic for hosting us here tonight. And we also want to thank our fine sponsors from South O'Brien for enabling us to do this broadcast. You bet.
Yeah, absolutely, Kyle. We couldn't be here without them. They include Sweeney's Farm and Home Center, Paulina Building Center, as well as Sutherland Implement, Prairie Market, the Savings Bank of Primgar, Gehlen Auto Sales, Paulina Hardware Store, the Community Agency, along with Iowa State Bank, Farm Bureau Financial Services in Primgar, and Mercy One. And here we go, Kyle. We're getting our money's worth tonight.
You bet. We got South O'Brien serving here with Sierra DeBoer. Deep volley here, so South O'Brien's got a chance here, Simon. We get a good set and spike to start off here. It's going to be a point, South O'Brien.
And again, you saw Scrappy there, but just couldn't get it back over the net and play. It was still a good attempt, but South O'Brien capitalizes first. And each set, the person who scores first, not to jinx anybody, has won.
And we got a serve into the net here, so quickly tied up 1-1. And, when you're only going to 15, you hate to give away a point like that into the net.
You really do. So 1-1.
Colback
serving. Colback, yep.
Nice job by Sidney Struve there. That ball would have been a tough angle to try to spike that one over.
Just to keep it in play, and she tried to find the hole, but more importantly, you got to keep these volleys and plays alive.
There we go. Point to South O'Brien.
You give yourself a chance then, Kyle.
Looks like Hintz is back out there, Simon, so maybe she just need a little breather, and hopefully she'll come back out fired up, ready to go for this 5th set.
Watching her out there, you know that knee's going to be sore tomorrow, but at this point, she does not care. She's saying, let's win this game, and we'll worry about tomorrow. So, and what I tell you, Kyle, this is what this is going to be. We're 2-2, and I think there's going to be a trend just like this to this 5th and final set.
Got a deep serve there. So, yep, that was Riley Schmidt. That's sophomore. She's the one that's had quite a few rallies going for Gehlen Catholic. So, turn it over to South O'Brien, and Fredrickson back to serve.
And Hahnkamp checked back in, so between Hahnkamp and Hintz, they're trying to form that wall up front, and there it was.
There it was, yep.
We talked about it. Those two, when you spike it into those two, you're typically in trouble. Tried to power it through, but they're just forces up there. So point South O'Brien to the 2-point advantage.
Haven't seen them go that direction at them too much, and little deep serve there. So both teams may be coming out a little jittery here in the 5th set with some errant serves, and hate to give away those points. Chloe Bunker is serving.
Just a lot of net play there, a lot of fighting. Who's going to win?
Oh, wow. That just happened to end up in the right spot for Taryn Hintz to spike that one down. That was a nice play.
She was eyeballing all that net play kind of back from the corner, and just kept getting volleyed back and forth, popped, blocked, and it kind of had a backspin right into her play of the court, and she just hammered her home.
There's a nice volley between Whitehead and Raider, too, there at the net, as you were saying, Simon. Going to Hintz.
Hard.
Nice kill by Hintz.
There's that cross court again. She put it in a nice spot. Not overly powerful. She just placed it nicely. And you saw the angle, and it paid off. So well done that time. And here we go, Kyle. You've got some momentum back in the favor of the Wolverines. It's a game of momentum. They scored first, and they've been able to make a little run up 6-3 in a set that we only go to 15. But I don't expect the Jays to go away one bit. This is not going to be a blowout set. It's going to be one that we could see some extra points, Kyle. I really believe that the way we've watched both teams tonight.
You know Gehlen Catholic's not going to go away without a fight here. Coach Meyer there calling the timeout, and pretty animate there in the timeout, so getting in his players' faces, upset with how this has started off here. It looks like they've kind of gone away with what they've done the last couple of sets, so I'm going to guess after that timeout, they probably won't be going back towards Hintz and DeBoer or Honkamp up there.
I think you're right. In sets 3 and 4, they played it away from them, and they put two right into their position on the court, and it's backfired.
They'll call a timeout there, and Raider comes out with the serve and into the net, so it's going to turn the ball back over to Gehlen Catholic. Livermore back to serve. Sikika, you bet.
Set up.
Struve there, hitting the back row.
Good scrappy play. Keeping the ball alive that time.
Just grazed the top of the net there, just got it over. Let's see if we can get Hintz set up for a kill.
And that's exactly what they did.
That's how I thought they were going to go. Nice kill by Hintz.
I think she went over and had a talk with her knee when she got pulled out in set 4 and said, listen here, you're going to work, because she's coming out, and she seems to be working just fine.
She's just made it over the net all night, and unfortunately that one goes into the net, so we're going to give a point back here.
And you are seeing some moments like that, and there's been a few serves poor in this set, and you know, there's adrenaline, but there's still fatigue in the body. You know, a little bit of falsifies a little bit.
A little bit of a miss hit there on the initial serve, and just kind of got him off balance there a little bit, Simon. So a point to Gehlen Catholic there. So
Colbeck to serve.
South O'Brien's got to try to avoid a big run here by the Jays.
Cyclica, nice dig that time.
A little bit of trouble there. And got out of it, but a little bit of deep hit by freshman Whitehead there for the Jays. So
she tried to just kind of finesse that, and the ball sailed on her a bit. You could see she was taking a little bit off the power. She didn't have quite the snap down in her wrist, so the ball sailed on her out of bounds.
At this point in the game, Simon, you just got to keep that ball alive and give yourself a chance, like you were saying. So nice save there by Struve. Ball was pretty close to the net, but able to get it over.
Yeah, it's tough to get that angle when you're right up in the net to get it up and over.
Got Hintz in the back row right now, so we got South O'Brien's big hitter not up there to able to get a big spike for him, but nice placement there. Nice placement by Sarah DeBoer. Boy, she just saw that opening and just tapped it right over to it.
And I watched her as she jumped. I watched her eyes. She was thinking about giving her a slam, and then she saw that hole and she just popped her in it, placed it nicely, and well done.
Oh, that was a fortunate serve for South O'Brien.
That ball got hung up in the net, and that was a heck of a break in their favor to give them a 4-point lead in this fifth set.
Timely serve there when it went their way. You know, last 3 and 4 sets, they didn't get those breaks. You know,
right. And that did it. Threw the timing off. You know, the other couple sets you mentioned, it would get hung up in the net and come back on South O'Brien's side of the court. That time it got hung up, threw off the Gehlen J timing. She jumped, and then it fell after the jump, and she just couldn't recover in time to make a play on that ball. And South O'Brien's looking at an opportunity here, up by 4 points, 10-6. With the 15-point set 5, an opportunity here with one more little run to put this thing away.
You got Cyclica back there serving for him, and I suppose if you asked her, you think she would say she meant to do that there?
Yeah, ask her later. She'll probably tell you, I would tell you yes if it was me. Yeah, I do that all the time.
So South O'Brien leading here 10-6, fifth set. So first one to 15 or win by 2.
So Cyclica in to serve, the libero. And she's been a good player all night. You know, an unsung hero back there, setting her team up all night long.
Both of these liberos have played really well tonight. Chloe Bunker's there for Gehlen Catholic too. So another point to South O'Brien.
A big point coming out of that timeout.
What a game of momentum here. You know, you wouldn't have thought that after coming out the last set, but South O'Brien's coming out firing.
They found that overdrive gear. They put it in the 4-wheel drive, so to speak. And now they've got Gehlen back on their heels. They're second guessing what they're doing. You know, after they had a dominant set 3 and 4. I mean, dominant. 25-10, 25-12. And South O'Brien has just got a new level of fight in them.
Well, she just gets that ball over the net and it just dies.
And you can see the energy on the Wolverine side of the court.
I thought that ball was deflected too. The coaches were calling for it.
But they did give point to Jays, so 12-7, and they get the ball back. And
I'd like to see the replay on that one, but yeah, we got.
You thought there was a fingertip.
Tiffany Waterhoff there back there serving, so haven't seen her in the game yet tonight.
Right.
What a situation to come in here in the fifth set. So 2 points to Gehlen Catholic here quick, so making the score 12-8.
They're not going away.
Out of bounds. So South O'Brien will take any point they can get at this point. 2 points away from taking the set and the match.
And back into the game, Whitehead for the Jays looking for a little fire, and then she comes right back out as the libero checks in then for her.
We got Draper back in for South O'Brien, who hasn't played a whole lot tonight, so big moment for her to be in. Nice dig by Draper. Nice dig, but the second shot or bump there, whatever you have it, just a little bit too far into the net.
Kind of too tight into the net, exactly. They were trying to get the body placed right to make the play and just got themselves too close.
Well, you can just feel the energy in this place right now. A little too far into the net there, so.
And Gehlen right back in it.
I think looks like South O'Brien. Oh, I thought coach was going to come up and take a timeout there, but going to let things ride here for a moment.
I think if they get one more point, we'll see a timeout.
Ooh, nice save by Jays.
Yeah, because that was a near campfire.
Back to Hintz, back row. Definitely makes a difference when Hintz is in that back row, Simon. Need to get that rotation and get her back in the front.
As I said, Lamar's gets one more point. We're going to see a timeout. It's 13-11. Still advantage South O'Brien, but I'll tell you what, the Jays have gone 4 unanswered. They're back within 2. So commend them on their fight, Kyle, and their ability to not hang their daubers down. This has been truly a fun volleyball match to watch.
When it was 12-6, and I was sitting here thinking in my head, this might not go into extra innings as you were talking about before we came into this set, but it definitely makes a big difference when Hintz rotates to the back to serve, and she's in that back row. Just the difference of force up front for South O'Brien. She has had a number of kills tonight, and we'll see if South O'Brien can get one turned over here. Need a clean bump from the back here and a good set, and need to have a good volley here.
Obviously, big point coming out of this timeout. Lamar's needing it to stay in this. South O'Brien needing it to get themselves in a position to be 1 point away from the victory.
So, South O'Brien up 13-11, fifth set here, Simon. So, tied 2-2, so see who comes out on top. Not how they want.
Bouncers right on the outside of the line. She tried to finesse it down the line, and
here we are, 13-12, and a little bit deep on that bump there, and just threw momentum off.
Yeah.
There we go.
That was a big, cold-blooded spike by Anna Fredrickson for set point.
They set that one up nicely. They had a good bump, good set.
She
just what they needed.
That. Set point, South O'Brien. And you can feel the tension out on that court. Intensity.
This one's coming to Hintz, I'm going to guess.
And wow, what a play. From that angle to keep that ball in play was impressive. But it wasn't enough because they forced
another block. What a matchup.
That was a fun-ending volley. Gehlen gave themselves a shot, one heck of an angle from out of bounds, back across, over the net, volley back and forth, but it was finished by a power play by that impenetrable wall that the South O'Brien Wolverines have, Kyle. Wow, what a game.
What a win for South O'Brien here, Simon. Like I said, coming in with a 6-6 record, and Gehlen Catholic on the road here in a hostile environment in Gehlen Catholic. The crowd was fired up, and you could just feel the energy and momentum switch there in the third and fourth set. And Gehlen's played a tough schedule this year.
Right.
It's not like they haven't played good opponents. They played bigger schools, 2 and 3A schools, coming with a 13-5 record. So very formidable opponent that we took on here tonight.
And I give both teams the world of credit. When you flash back, Kyle, you look at South O'Brien, which they were quite dominant in sets 1 and 2. Gehlen could have just went away and said, wow, we were outmanned tonight. It wasn't our night. They fought back, and not only did they grab the momentum, they dominated in set 3 and 4 in an incredible way, only allowing 10 and 12 points apiece, and really seizing that momentum. And so just as easily as the Jays could have rolled over, so too could South O'Brien going into that 5th game. But they came out fired up, and as you said, in a hostile environment, on a road, sort of the underdog in this situation. They came out blasting, had, I believe, as high as a 6-point lead in that set, and the Jays fought back in yet again through some adversity before the Wolverines shut the door. They were just too much tonight, but both teams, what fight, what just tenacity, what a fun matchup, Kyle. It really was.
It was a fun volleyball match to watch, and like you said, Simon, you got to give both teams a lot of credit here tonight. Both kept fighting. Both of them got down. Both had momentum shifts against them, and both teams just kept clawing back. Nice job by South O'Brien there to come back in that 5th set and turn things around and kind of play like they did in the first set. And what a fun ending there. South O'Brien takes it here with winning the first 2 sets, 25-16. Gehlen came storming back, like Simon had mentioned, winning the 3rd set, 25-10. The 4th set, 25-12. And then South O'Brien jumped out to the lead and was able to hang on to that lead and win the final set, 15-12. So South O'Brien takes the matchup here in first conference game of the year, I believe. So
absolutely,
coming off the non-conference season. So nice win, and I'm sure South O'Brien's glad to be back at full strength also with having some injuries and getting their players back. So they're going to be a team to deal with coming down the road here. And so will Gehlen Catholic.
Going to be fun to watch both these teams down the stretch. Looking at them, they both have some opportunity. It's early, but you could see either of these teams in postseason play if they keep this sort of intensity up throughout the rest of their regular season, Kyle.
You bet. Fun night of volleyball here at Lamar's Gehlen Catholic, and we sure appreciate our fine sponsors from Polina allowing us to broadcast this game here on Fuller Digital streaming through YouTube. So what a great night of volleyball, and once again South O'Brien wins it 3-2 here in Lamar's, and we thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
And to thank you kindly, Kyle Jurgensen, for leading tonight's broadcast. You did a fine job.
You're kindly welcome.
All right, and that's going to wrap it up. South O'Brien wins in a final 3-2, and we'll end this broadcast and look forward to future volleyball action in the near future. Have a good night.
You too. Talk to you later.